This is the Commodities and Recycling Report brought to you by Ben Lee, the industry leader in roll-off trailers and open-top scrap gondola trailers, as well as Raleigh and Goldsmith Metal Recycling, the leaders in North Carolina for scrap metal, cardboard, electronics, and junk cars. Today is Monday, August 31st, 2015. My name is Greg Brown, President and CEO of the Companies. Last Monday, as we were filming this report, we said things looked bad, but we did not know how true it was. The stock market opened almost 1,100 points lower, and copper, aluminum, and oil all hit new 6+ year lows. It was ugly. Markets came back somewhat later in the week, but there is no change in the fundamental issue of China is slowing. So demand for metal is down, so prices of metal are down. U.S. steel production came down a bit in the past week as it slowly trends up. But the story is the same. With U.S. scrap metal exports to China down, there is no good news on steel prices. Steel prices remain near their multi-year lows. Steel will trade in the U.S. later this week. Volumes into scrapyards remain weak, but so does demand. Based on that, steel prices may be sideways, which means no change. Of course, there is a possibility that some small changes could happen up or down depending upon the grade. As said, oil hit new 6+ year lows last week. A key reason for this is the record levels of oil that Saudi Arabia is pumping. They have made it clear they want prices so low that the U.S. and Canada will reduce our own drilling. They're getting their way in that the U.S. drilling remains about half of what it was a year ago. But strangely, even with the new low prices in the recent weeks, the oil rig count has been slightly up the past 6 weeks. On the positive side, with gas now near $2 a gallon in some areas, this will clearly help consumer spending in the coming weeks, which will help the global economy and for the Christmas season. Copper, as also said, hit 6+ year lows last week. Prices rose a bit toward the end of the week, but are now down again this morning. We still think copper has more room to go down, which can be shown by this graph. Copper stockpiles are going up. Copper is being mined and recycled, but going into warehouses, not being used. Freeport-McMoRan, the world's largest miner of copper, announced major cutbacks in spending last week, which will reduce the production and long-term actually help get copper prices up. Aluminum also hit new lows, with about 50% of the world's aluminum being used in the slowing China market. There is little expectation that aluminum prices will be up anytime soon. In summary, last week started out on a steep drop, but stabilized and came back a bit. We believe non-ferrous metal may continue the downward slope in the coming months to come, but due to China's slowing market, even with the U.S. and Europe continuing their slow improvements, we see no good news for non-ferrous. For any of you that are in the steel and aluminum manufacturing industry, if you are not in discussions with Apple, I suggest you call Apple now. As most know, Apple created the multi-billion-dollar tablet business with the iPad. They almost single-handedly destroyed much of Nokia, Motorola, and BlackBerry's cell phone business with the iPhone. Apple has been hiring managers and engineers from current auto companies and the new Tesla, a high-end electric car company. If Apple comes out with a car, they could transform the industry and cause GM, Ford, Toyota, and more real trouble. Apple already likes aluminum, so that could be good news for our industry. For current prices, please call us at 919-828-5426 in Raleigh and 919-731-5600 in Goldsboro. With that, we hope all have a safe and profitable week. Tune in next week for the Commodity and Recycling Report. This is Greg Brown. Be safe.